Welcome everybody to Kyle Army. As you can see, I've chosen to go with the Aston Martin again. It's very trusty at this track. It is great on its tyres. Only thing I would like to add is I have added a lot of downforce to the rear. I want to be able to take the corners much faster and get out the corners quicker than what I have done previously, which will let me down on the straights. Surprisingly enough though, we are starting midway through the pack. We're starting position 13 out of 21. So hopefully we're in quite a good position to start off. I didn't qualify for this race, I chose not to. I thought, see where I am mid-pack, because the last few races we've had here have been insanely good, and this race is also testament to that as well. It was an incredible race, and as we're breaking down for the first corner and turning in, as you can see, everybody's going a little bit touchy-feely, but nobody has been absolutely destroyed yet. Porsche does give me a little love tap, and I slide over to the left hand side of the track, going to look for a move up the inside here, giving the Porsche a little love tap back, and thankfully it wasn't destroyed, and they've only gone back a few places, while we have got away from all the chaos, sticking behind Rock Shadow, EBT Tiago up in front, which are in the two Mercedes. Now, I do think those Mercedes are going to be much quicker than me on the straight runs, but I'm going to excel in the corners, providing I don't also get caught up in any more of the shenanigans going up in front. There's three Mercedes going there, going to take the inside line here, overtaking move done, and one Mercedes got off track and another one has survived. Got getting a love tap from the car behind, so now it's just a case of taking a move on Rock Shadow up in front, who powers on nice and early, and I can't seem to get the power down without losing a little bit of grip at the rear end. I do have the car next to me on my left hand side in a much better position than I am, making a move there. I've had to let off and go off track, which results in a no penalty, thankfully. Actually makes a change there. I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting a penalty and I should have backed off earlier. They had a much better line than I did, which really does suck, to be fair. I should have defended that much better than what I did. Anyway, breaking down the second gear here, turning in, over the curb we go. We have Smoothie up in front. It's just a trio of cars, really. Smoothie has a 0.5 second penalty already. We are on a lap 2 now, though. We're going to send it down here, keep to the right. There's a, what is going on with that car in the rearview mirror? Keep an eye on that blue car in the rearview mirror. I don't know what they're doing, where they're going. That was weird. They're just like, yeah, must be a ping related issue or something like that, because that was weird. Anyway, breaking in this corner now, second gear, over the curb we go, trying to make a move up the inside of the car, and ultimately I'll lose out another position and get a warning for a collision that really wasn't a collision. Nobody suffered. Like, you know, it was literally a door nudge. Like, I pushed if they had a door open by a slight ajar, I just closed it for them, like, you know. Anyway, breaking down the second gear here, a few cars are going off the track, building castles and having some fun, whilst I come up the inside here, trying to see if I can make a move on these two cars, because it is a funky. Salty Dog up in front of us right now, again, has the one with the ping related issue, and it really does, like that, I have no idea where they're going, throw you right off. Oh, nope, they're there. Yeah, they're into a wall. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with that car. How are you meant to race with that? You can't predict nothing. Oh, really? I've got to start trying catching up to position 7 now, because that has really thrown me off. While it has thrown me off, it's also included the cars behind. I've got off track again. Oh, get a job. 0.5 second penalty, having a laugh, man. Oh, whatever. Whatever, nothing like adding insult to injury. Start of lap 4, we're coming over the curb on the right hand side, setting up the hill. As soon as the triangle starts breaking down the second gear, you see the Mercedes gone a little bit deep through there. It is easily done, and I got the inside and we go into the side on the Mercedes. Surprisingly, the Mercedes still wanted to turn left on a straight line. Not too sure what that was all about, but thankfully we had the move done. Now you can see I am going a bit slow through this section right now. I'm looking at creating a little bit of a bottleneck from the cars behind, although I should have defended this corner a little bit better. The Mercedes is to my left hand side. The idea is, if I keep the Mercedes going a little bit slow through here, they will start battling with the cars behind, trying to defend rather than trying to attack me. So the idea is there and by the looks of it, it has semi-worked, as everybody is crashing up into behind me. That was close. I thought everybody was diving up behind me then. You sit there and you think, I wonder if they're all teammates and I'm going to get absolutely railed here. Clearly wasn't the what didn't happen. So thankfully they're not all teammates, I don't believe. Breaking a 100-meter board down to second gear here, over the curb on the right hand side, and accelerating out as early as possible. Coming down here as soon as the curb starts your left hand side again. Over here on the right, is cutting that corner as much as you can. Down to the 50-meter marker, hard on the brakes, down to second gear and turning in. Now the problem I have now is coming down this section, they are going to be all over me because they're going to be much faster than me down this hill. While we're doing a little bit of breathing space, I'd like to take a moment out to thank our channel members, which are Andy Good, Jeffrey Anderson, DMC Motorsport, Sigmatic, Daniel Adams, John Burns, AK47 and Uncle Boney. Thank you very much guys for supporting the channel, and if you are enjoying what you're watching here, why not go down below and hit that subscribe button. As we're coming to the end of lap 6 for the start of lap 7, you can see the Aston Martin did manage to make a move on me, and I do have a Lamborghini to my left hand side also managing to make a move upon me, which really does suck in a way. Now hear me out here. The way it sucks is because obviously they're going to be much quicker than me in the straight line. A, having a bit of slipstream from me, whilst B, also probably not running as much downforce as I am. You see the Lambo is going a bit slippy through that corner. I do look up to make a move up the inside there. I just couldn't get the power on. The Aston's still a little bit greasy is the best way of putting it. But I'm going to be braking this corner now. Do have a car, that Aston Martin to my right hand side, also managed to sneak through. Very well played there. That's a very, very clean overtake and very well calculated move, as I just get a little bit of a nudge from the cars behind. But I do have a plan. As you can see right now, my tyres are not all that worn. We're only on lap 7. It's a 17 lap race, so really want to be pitting by lap 9. And well, I might be able to make a move here now. I'm going a bit quicker than the Aston. I'm going to stick my nose up the inside here. Brake a little bit later, turning in. That was a beautiful move right there. I'm not going to lie. That was beautiful. Anyway, going back to what I was saying. I'm going to pit a bit later, because I reckon these tyres might be able to hold on to it. And if I pit later, that means I might be able to join onto medium tyres for the latter half of the race. If I am able to do that, I am going to be in more control of this car. I'm going to be quicker through the latter half of this race, and I might actually be able to claw a few spaces back. That's the idea, that's the plan. Whether it works or not, we're going to soon find out. Coming down here, look, one's already going to the pit, so I wonder if they was on medium tyres to start with. That is the question, and I would love to be able to have the answer, but Forza won't put a board up telling you what tyres people are on. Although I do believe a lot of people would love to be able to know that, or at least now tell you what tyres they were on. You know, it'd be quite nice. Anyway, someone's quit the race. Breaking down a second gear here. Lamborghini, oh no, there's an Audi that did a really late move there and managed to take that position away from me. And I still can't seem to get past them now. Anyway, down a second gear here, accelerating out the other side, getting on that power earlier. I just see the Aston creeping up on the radar, and I wanted to get out of the way. Now I just need to try and get back on this Audi. I do think that Audi is a better handling car than this Aston. Let me know down in the comments below if that's true or not. I could be wrong. I've not driven that Audi yet, so I'm not going to know. Although they do seem to have a little bit of tail out happiness, the same as I do. So if that's a characteristic of that car, I believe it is a mid-engine, so it's going to carry its weight through the middle and hopefully help it push itself round, so come out a little bit wide. Who knows, but the Aston is looking to make a move on me again. I got the inside line of this corner, breaking a touch late. Contact has been made, and I go up the curb to give them a bit more space. Accelerating out the other side, down the hill we go. It's going to be neck and neck. I really need to move over, but it's too late now. They're going to have the inside line on the next corner. Nope, they've backed out. Right, over I go to the right hand side. I'm not making the same mistake I did before. Breaking down a second gear here. I'm turning in this corner, holding that inside line, defending that corner, accelerating out of the corner, looking at the curb, starting. Over we go, and that was close. Not gonna lie, that was close. Breaking at the 50-meter board, down the second gear, turning in, getting really up behind the Audi up in front. I want that slipstream. I don't want to give that position away to the Audi behind. As you can see, we're 0.3 seconds from the car in front, 0.3 seconds from the car behind. Thankfully, the car behind has a bigger penalty. Why do people, when they come out the pits, go straight in the way of the faster traffic. That's where the penalty should be. Like, you know, you see the line, the pit line going all the way down that track. If you cross over that pit line, that's where you should get a penalty off track, because you should follow that pit line all the way down until the line is disappeared. Let me know down in the comments below if you agree with that, and hit that like button if you do agree with that. If you don't agree with that, just also let me know why down below. I feel that you should be forced to maintain that line all the way down as is intended to do so. You know, it just goes straight in front of the traffic that's doing 50 miles per hour more than you are. You know, it's just stupid. Anyway, moving on from the what I'm moaning about. Coming around here now, we are on a lap 9, which means we have 8 odd laps to go, and we are not close to pitting yet. But the Aston has the inside line of this corner. They know the game. Oh, they've backed out, and I've braked a bit late. Oh dear me. Right, I've given that position up, haven't I? Oh dear. Oh, 2 positions. Yeah, typical. Moving on. It's what happens. You get a bit distracted with what everybody else is doing around you, and you just slightly miss your braking point, and it does. That 1/2 a second missing the braking point sends you way too far out wide, but we did gain that position back on the Audi. Thankfully though, we do have the Aston up in front. The Aston is a little bit quicker than me, so they'll hopefully be able to drag me with them. That's my intention right now. And especially trying to get away from the car behind. You know, I don't want to battle too much with the car up in front if it's going to sacrifice my whole actual race time, thus inviting more people to the party, which we really don't want. Coming out of the pits at the start of lap 11, you can see we actually used the pit line all the way down over the inside line of this corner, thus sending that car in the rearview mirror off to wherever they want to go, because they had no idea what we was doing. See, it does work out in your favor when you do things correctly. Oh, sure, I'm gonna get somebody kicking off at me in the comments down below for that one. Anyway, oh my gosh, we're 36.8 seconds away from position 1. That is not good, but we are only 0.8 seconds away from the car up in front. Everybody has now pit, that I believe, and the Aston in front has also probably gone for the same strategy that we have, where we have also gone for the medium tyres. I have that feeling, you know, because we followed each other into the pits. Well, I followed them into the pits anyway. My tyres were pretty much about to join mine, where they really wasn't worth going one more lap. I reckon these medium tyres will be able to hold on enough time. And I really don't want to lose pace to the Aston in front, as they are dragging me along with them. That's the idea. Really, I want to get away from the cars behind, not battle the car up in front, but keep them on their toes enough to keep pushing forward, and thus we end up just having our own little bit of a race where we battle each other and nobody else gets involved. Coming around here now, over the curb we go, down. Ooh, the Aston nearly went a bit wide there, breaking out the 50-meter board, down the second gear, turning in, and actually clawing back a little bit of time. Coming out the corner, a little bit slippy, but managing to hold on for dear life. Oh, there's another car in the pits there. Coming around to start lap 14. We have managed to claw away from the cars behind. They are now 2 seconds away. As you can see, I am keeping quite a substantial gap from the car in front. Not enough to let them get away, but not enough to also add too much pressure. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to catch up to the cars up in front. As you can see on the map, they are about a good 8 or 9 seconds ahead of us. And unless a miracle really does happen, I don't feel that this car has got enough oomph in it to really start making gains on the cars up in front. I could have picked a different car, may have had a bit more power or reduced the downforce on this car, and I may have started clawing them in a little bit. It's really hard to tell. So really the race is now between me and the Aston Martin up in front, as it's only really us two around, unless something goes wrong between me and the Aston. Salty Dog behind, which I do think is the one with the ping related issue, is not going to catch up, hopefully, as they are 2.3 seconds away now. We are slowly eking away from that car behind as well. Maybe the car behind is on hard tyres. Again, it's so hard to tell. You can never, it doesn't tell you. There's a lot of tells in that sentence. Coming down the hill now, really keeping up behind that Aston up in front. Really just keeping them on their toes, knowing that I am behind, and any mistake they make, I will capitalise upon that but I am not making a move at this precise moment. I'm giving you a bit of space, and I also wanted to give myself some space. I don't want to end up really battling that car in front of something to go wrong. You know, it is a fine balance. Sometimes you just got to work together, although the other person doesn't know that. It's better to work together and try and come to some sort of agreement where you start really eking away from everybody else. You can see now Salty Dog now is 2.6 seconds away, 2.5, and that's what we really want. We don't want others in the mix. Going around this corner now in second gear, accelerating out the corner, over the curb on the right, using the curb to help the car rotate a little bit. Braking at the triangle, down in second gear, over the curb here, accelerating out of the corner. And along the straight we go. Back over to the left hand side here, looking for the curb to start again. Just a little touch of the brakes, lock it into third gear, let the car coast around a little bit, start accelerating out of the corner. Back over to the right hand side, just after the 50 meter board. Braking down the second gear, start accelerating out the corner again. We are really increasing our best lap times, which is only a good sign, which means that we are still increasing our capability of doing this track and really eking away from the cars behind. Look at that, 3.5 seconds away from the car behind. We've gained a second upon them. I wonder if we've gone off track a little bit, or we are just generally, because we're on medium tyres, roughly about that much faster. I know it says 3.67 seconds, 0.367 seconds faster than we was on our previous lap, but doesn't mean that they're not being slowed down by either poor tyre choice, wrong tyre choice, or they just had an incident that we don't know about. Over the curb, cutting that corner as much as I can. Again, you've got to be very careful cutting that corner. It does sound a bit crunchy. Breaking down to second gear here, and around the corner we go. We have 2 more laps to go, and I had a little bit of tail out happiness there. It was not intentional, and it would have been nice to actually gain a better pull away from that corner than they did. I might have actually gained that position, who knows. Braking down a second gear here, over the curb again, getting right up behind the car in front. Let them know I am still around and I'm still game. When you make a mistake, I will capitalize upon this and I will have that move done. Really now, I want to start looking, actually pushing this car and actually making a move in the car up in front, because there's only 3 attempts between us on penalties. So if I am to capitalize upon them, I need to be within 3 attempts of at the start finish line, or I need to be in front of them. Preferably in front of them would be much better. So I really need to start making a move now. I only have this lap and 1 more to go after this. You can see now we're 0.3 seconds away. We're braking down to second gear in this corner, coming in, accelerating out as early as possible, getting that power down. You do see, I think they have a better exit than I do. Down the hill we go, rubbing that curb on the left hand side, looking out for the 100 meter marker. Be braking down to second gear here, a little bit of a lock up there, turning in, looking to really show off about a move there. It wasn't to make a move, but they're going to be thinking he's looking, and with them thinking he's looking, it might throw them off their game a little bit. That's the idea here. You have seen it. You got to get inside their head, mess around with it a little bit, and then make the move. It does work sometimes, because they sometimes fall off the track. That's my idea here. We only have 1 more lap to make this work, and I've got a feeling it's not going to happen. We actually are catching up with the cars up in front here. Right, braking down a second gear, over the curb we go, accelerating out and up the hill, rubbing that curb on the right hand side. As soon as the triangle starts braking down a second gear, really right up behind them, not getting any leeway. Look at that, 0.2 seconds. They're going to be looking at me in the rear view mirror, seeing my gosh is right behind me if they have a rear view mirror, or they're going to be looking at a leaderboard time. I was going to make a move there, but I wasn't going to be able to turn in. Braking at the 100 meter board, side by side. They have got the inside line. They are going to be benefiting, like I just let them there. Let them take that corner there. The whole idea again is to get in their head. I can make that move. I will push for that move. So don't mess up. And that is where I can hopefully capitalize. I was going to go up the inside here, braking down a second gear, just didn't have the run. They closed that door. You see how quickly they moved over. They knew my idea. and I've seen it work so many times before. They're not letting me have it. Oh dearie me. Okay, if I can't make it in these last 2 corners, I've got to be right up behind them, braking a tad late at the 100-meter board, down the 2nd gear, right up their back end, and on the power as early as I can. 0.3 seconds away. I need to have it about a 0.2. Come on, over the curb, power on as early as possible, have minor wear on the left hand side of the car, braking down the 2nd gear here. You see how slow they're going? They're really protecting themselves here. Oh no, I had a bit of wheel spin on the way out. Come on, power, 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 power. Can we cross that finish line? What did we get? What did we get? Did we win it? Did we beat them? Come on. Yes! 0.7. What are we? Oh my gosh, 0.01. Less than that. Is 0.005. Oh no. I won by that much. That's insane. Oh, look at that. That's incredible. Can't grumble at that. It was one hell of a race. It was incredible. It was fun. And it was so clean. Like, you know, I couldn't believe it. No way. It's been such a long time since we've had racing like that. But before you do go away, I have been donated a controller to be given away to a random channel member. Now, this controller is out of box. It hasn't been used. It is like brand new. It's just the box has been opened. If you'd like to be part of the draw, you must become a channel member. So click that join button down below. And if you have any further questions, please ask down in the comment section down below as well. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time. Goodbye.